what is going on? Welcome back. I hope you guys, as always, are having the best day ever. Before I get started, guys, if you are new here, please subscribe if you haven't already done that. We're on the road to 49,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe right now and join the fam. And also, guys, go follow me on all my social media. Links are in the description. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat, so go follow me on all of those. And once again, I am coming back at you guys with another creepy video. And today we're officially on episode 35 of Paranormal America, traveling to 50 states of the United States, heading west to east, and looking at all the creepy stuff that's happening each state along the way, which currently brings us to Ohio. So today, guys, we are talking about the Ohio State Reformatory, otherwise known as the OSR. But before we get started on the story, we have to jump right over to, say it with me, guys, Paranormal America. Welcome to Paranormal America, and today we are talking about the Ohio State Reformatory, otherwise known as the OSR. Now, the OSR is a historic prison which is located in Mansfield, Ohio. So the OSR is also known as the Mansfield Reformatory, and it is located in Mansfield, Ohio. This is a historic prison which was built between the year 1886 and 1910. It also remains in full operation until 1990, 2 years before I was born. The OSR, according to George Rackham, who was a former inmate who was featured on an episode of Ghost Adventures Aftershocks, said that the OSR was apparently between 85 and 90% people doing life. He also pointed out that there was 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, up to 22-year-olds who were going into this place, and it was hell for them, to the point they were turning to suicide as an escape. It was pretty much either kill yourself or be killed. One man jumped from the top balcony of prison cells and jumped to his death, landing on his head, and brains splattered everywhere. Other people had committed suicide by hanging themselves. George Rackham actually said that he was in a cell next door to somebody who hung themselves, and he heard them choke to death. If you ever crossed paths with one of the big bad mean guys who were in for life, there was such things as heads getting crushed between the cell doors. But the most famous one of all is about a guy named James Lockhart. James Lockhart was a 22-year-old who was in this prison. He doused himself in paint thinner and torched himself alive. Lockhart was in cell 13, and a guy named DJ Fly was in cell 14 right next door when this happened. Fly was supposed to be on that episode of Ghost Adventures Aftershocks, but he had a stroke on the way to the airport, so George Rackham actually took his place. According to Fly's niece, he was screaming out Lockhart while he was being rushed away to the hospital. Fly had actually been on a previous episode of Ghost Adventures and claims to wake up from nightmares about James Lockhart. He also believes that James's spirit is also with him still to this day, many years later. Even a lot of former employees of this place actually spoke out and said that it was an evil, nasty place to be. They also stated that the living conditions there were practically inhumane. This obviously resulted in a lot of the employees quitting their jobs because they were becoming depressed. Now, the place has been abandoned ever since. There's a lot of people who go investigating here and witness a lot of things, such as moans, such as cries, such as apparitions of people, and it is just a nasty place. People have described it as feeling negative and dark and draining and just so depressing. They come home and they don't feel themselves. That is exactly what the employees said, and it's pretty much been abandoned ever since. Now, Fly did go back to this place in a previous episode of Ghost Adventures, and he said that he didn't forgive Lockhart for almost killing him alive. He said he described the smell of the burning flesh, and when like 30 minutes later the guards come and they tried to put out the fire and they had to drag him out, and pieces of his flesh were coming off as they dragged him away. He was already dead. There was nothing they could do. He says, like, even Rackham says, like, I can still hear the screams in my head. The guy was filling up with tears, and this is an inmate. He was practically crying just from the memories. So all in all, it is definitely highly paranormal, and it is a very nasty place, and it's caused a lot of deaths. Over 200 people died there. So my question to all of you for question of the day is, would you like to visit this place? If you would be brave enough to go alone, would you? Let me know in the comment section, or would you go with friends? Let me know. That is question of the day, so throw it in the comment section, your answers. Magic 8 Ball! Is James Lockhart's spirit still at the OSR in Ohio? Most likely. Well, that is extremely disturbing and terrifying, and I can tell you this personally because I've obviously sat here today and done the research on this place to find out the information. I watched shows, I watched, people doing paranormal investigations, and I can honestly say, just from sitting here reading about this place, when it comes to getting off the computer for a little bit, I did feel depressed. I kind of felt dark and just, man, people, this really happened. This isn't just some horror movie. This really happened to people. Inmates or not, it's a scary thing. And also, you guys know I've started this thing called Random Fact of the Day, where I like to poison your heads with powerful knowledge so that y'all don't have to go to school anymore. And today's Random Fact of the Day is, did you know Louisiana's Capitol building is the tallest in the whole of the United States? I bet I could build one bigger. That is all for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button down below, and let's see if we can go for 3 million likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. And remember the most important thing, guys, chase your dreams. I love you guys. Otherwise known as the OSR.